Hi guys, Maria here from Maria Unleashed. Welcome back to the podcast. Today I'm going to talk about digital detox. Yep, because I decided it's time. It's definitely time to have one to completely unplug. And let's get right into it. So I would say I'm not the typical person having a lot of issues with scrolling until infinity. So I don't do that at all because I'm very much aware of my time. And I just love to be efficient. So I have so many dreams and ideas and plans and goals that I don't have enough time as it is. So wasting it with scrolling away, no, I don't do that. So why would I do a digital detox? So problem is I spend like 12 hours on my laptop every day, sometimes more, for my work to build my business. And even though that I find that very constructive, and well, I have an online business, so I don't really get around it, the physical and mental effect is still the same, whether it's scrolling away on social media or working on my business. So my body doesn't really care why I'm doing it, right? Because people might argue, yeah, but that is your job. You have to make money, if you want to build your community, your business, your brand. But yeah, in the end, your body and your mind, they don't really care why you are doing it, right? The effects are the same. So what happened was that I not just, was I experiencing like this mental fog where it's like, what's going on? Usually I'm a very focused person. So, I focus on one thing and then I'm getting it done and then I move on to the next. That is my strategy. It works best for me. And when I'm doing that, I can be so in the zone, like no music, no distraction, phone is off, nothing, get it done. And when I'm doing that, I'm usually pretty good. Like, sure, sometimes a little mistake happens here and there, not a big problem. But when I notice that I'm doing many mistakes and big mistakes, that is usually the sign that I am not completely, even though I'm focused, I'm totally in the zone, but still something is off. And that is where I notice like, oh, okay, shit, I have to take a break because right now I'm just done. Like my brain is fried. And usually, and that's a problem, like I'm really bad with like doing that because I usually just go until I collapse. And again, it's good to get stuff done, but it's very unhealthy. So yeah, that is one thing, the brain fog, the not being able to focus mentally, but also not to sleep well at night. And I usually don't have issues with that at all. But yeah, when I do, I know, okay, that's it, like too much screen time. It's just what it is. And again, it doesn't really matter what you're doing, whether you're working, emailing, moving money around. It doesn't matter. Screen time is screen time. So yeah, that was one. And then the physical condition as well, because I felt like obviously when I'm on the move, as I'm now, traveling a lot, and again I love it, but doing everything simultaneously and then just dealing with the places I kind of end up living, obviously they are not built for me. It's not my home base where I can design everything around me and around my style of yeah. So yeah, often it happens that you have sometimes not even a proper desk. And then I'm literally like hunched over on the couch or on a, somewhere sitting, or the table is like that big and it's like, and it hurts. Like it literally hurts my neck, my shoulders, my back, and it's like aching. Like, oh my God. And I can do yoga as often as I want, as long as I'm still doing this thing where I'm like hunched over working, trying to work. It's like, it's crazy. So, and I also developed a skin condition that was triggered by stress. And that is when I knew, okay, fuck it, like my body is screaming at me. And I am here again because I had that a few years ago where my leg just stopped working and I couldn't walk anymore. And it was horrible, horrible, horrible. So I didn't want to be back in that situation. I'm like, okay, I've learned from my mistakes because I was overdoing it back then. And now I'm like, okay, I hear you, I see you, I'm sorry. Thanks for sticking with me. It's time to really take a break. So, yeah. And again, other things happened as well, like in my personal life. So it was a good time to just, pull the plug, so to speak. And what can I say? I love it. So if you are thinking of doing it, I can highly recommend it. It is awesome. And the physical effects I just mentioned, they literally disappear overnight. So maybe not overnight, but after a couple of days, few days, it was like, oh my gosh, I feel so refreshed. Like I can focus again. Although the focusing part took a longer, like 2 weeks or what, because I was, when you are kind of high on all these information and then suddenly there's nothing coming in, it's like this cold turkey. And I'm like, I don't know, I have something, don't I, mustn't I, shouldn't I do something? Like, isn't there anything I should be doing? And it's like after sitting for 5 minutes, it feels like, I don't know, it's weird. Shouldn't I be doing something? Isn't there, should I do? Yeah, so that took a while, actually, like around 2 weeks to really just like, calm down. It's all good. But the rest, the sleeping, that's almost like overnight, literally. I sleep like a baby. I go to bed at like, I don't know, the other day. Okay, I must say I was also doing a diving course. I used that time to also, you know, yeah, do the stuff I always wanted to do. And one of my bucket list was doing a diving course and learning how to free dive. So I did that, and I went to bed at 7:30, woke up at 4:45, and yeah, that was that. But obviously, the physical exercise helped to fall asleep early. But now I'm like back to my normal rhythm where I go to bed at 9:30, 10 p.m. and then I wake up at between 5 and 6 a.m. And for me, that's the perfect time. And I sleep. Literally, I go to bed, I turn around, and I'm out. And I love it. Also, I wake up super energized and without any pain, without any stiffness, without these, you move and it's literally like crack, crack, crack. So yeah, but again, I totally know when I go back online, I have to find a better balance, because otherwise, you can do it as often as you like. When you go back into this old habit, the same symptoms are going to come back and they will show again. So, and this is why I'm like finding a better way of doing it. And also, I definitely know that I'm going to have a great office at some point where everything is like properly adjusted to me, because otherwise it's just crazy. Anyway, so this is what I experienced. But let me get into how, if you are into that and if you are also feeling like, I don't know, I should probably also cut way back on screen time. Here are a few things that I started doing years ago, and also the full detox going on. But when I say full detox, do not get too scared. It's not that I'm not using my phone at all. So what I still do is so again, I was traveling and I obviously needed my phone for all the paperwork. So everything is now digital. So without the phone, I would be fucked actually. So I still get my phone out, download all the visas and entry, whatever paperwork, have that on my phone. So I still have my phone on me, or for Google Maps. Oh my gosh, I love it. Or Google Translator. Awesome, right? So I still use that, because otherwise I'm gonna make my life so much harder than it needed to be, or that it needs to be. So again, I didn't try to punish myself, or that wasn't a weird challenge. It was just literally, hey, cut back on screen time, take a break, do it in a sane way. And I know that many people would love to do that, but they're literally like, oh shit, I'm not sure if I can live without my phone. And that's why I'm saying, like, hey, maybe, go step by step. You don't have to do it like this. You can just step by step. And here are a few things that I implemented years ago and that I'm never going to go back to, all the notifications on and shit like that. So yeah, this is number one, like the notification. Switch it off on your phone, your laptop, just off. Like all this ping, 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 and all the updates, and new YouTube reel and short and video and Instagram and this and this and that. Oh my gosh, I would go crazy. So the only notification, I don't even do the dots anymore. Like, no. The only dot I allow is on WhatsApp. So for the detox, I deleted WhatsApp completely. The rest, the social media, I don't use in my private life at all. So that was not a big deal. I just left it on and didn't open it on my phone, but I never opened the app, so which is great to see. I wasn't even tempted to use it. Amazing. But then WhatsApp was an issue, and I knew I'm gonna be on WhatsApp. Everyone is gonna know. Oh, everyone is going to want to know. Hey, how is it? How's Bali? How's this? How's that? And yeah, I didn't want that. I really wanted to just be there and just connect with the people, and just be conscious and be there and like present in the moment. Otherwise, what's the point in flying around the world if I'm constantly on the phone with my family in Germany? It makes no sense to me. So WhatsApp deleted. But when I don't delete WhatsApp, I allow a little dot. And yeah, literally just because in case of emergency, and if I see, okay, this is nonsense, my friends are all bereaved, they know, I will only get back to them when I have time, and then I listen or read their text properly, I listen to their message, and then I get back, but properly get back. I hate doing this like on the run and just like in between, it's like, no. But I also prefer to meet them face to face or have a phone call, like a proper conversation. Anyway, so yeah, the only dot I allow is WhatsApp, and then the email. So I use email, obviously, in business you do that a lot. And what I do is I have set times, and I am flexible with that. It's not like, oh, it's 8 o'clock, I must open my emails now. No, but I do open them in the morning just to get in, okay, what's going on, updates, who needs what. I start reading through them, I answer them, and I do that step by step. I'm not opening 5 other tabs. I'm not opening or reading 5 emails simultaneously. No. One by one, send them out, and then I leave the app, and that's it. And then I get back to it maybe after lunch or the next day. It depends. If I'm waiting for a reply, then yes, I'm gonna check in a bit sooner, but if not, that's it. Like, yeah, I mean, what can happen? Why do I have to answer immediately? And there's always this like quick and hush and like, bam, bam, bam. Of course, everything is like going crazy, and I don't know, so many mistakes happen. And then especially for me, I'm so fast, typing, always mistakes in my text. I'm like, oh Jesus. So I am way better off to just like go slow and reread it again. But yeah, back in the day, that was hard for me because I was literally like just like. But yeah, I don't do that anymore, and it suits me better not to. Again, that works great for me. Just really have set times to do a specific activity, and then do that and be present 100%, and then move on to the next one. Let me see what else. Oh yeah, I always switch off my phone at night, whether detox or not. Always, like, it's off. Even just like airplane mode, but just off and away from the bedroom. I don't have any digital devices in my bedroom. No TV, no laptop, no nothing. Like, bedroom is the bedroom, and that is sacred, and that is private, and there is no work happening, and there's no scrolling allowed. So yeah, that helps me a lot too, because I would literally go crazy, really, because I need to separate these spaces. Again, or you probably too, like at work all the time, we're just constantly on the phone in front of a computer. And at home, I just don't want to do that. Yeah, that helps me a lot too. Also, maybe try not to finish or start your day with your phone. And for me, it's pretty natural because I grew up without a phone, without any phone, like not even a smartphone, without a phone. And so what did we do? I mean, my parents were also very strict with like TV time. So I think we had to like quit watching TV at 8 p.m. And then we went to bed. And if we weren't tired, then, I usually, I can only speak for myself, but I read. I read a lot. And then reading, to this day, actually, makes me so tired. And I sleep extremely well. But again, now with the phone situation, the laptop and everything, it's just like so many information, and I have no time to process it until I go to bed. And yeah, again, that was something huge. But the good thing is I grew up with it. So I had this base, I was baselined anyway. I can't even imagine what it's like for people who grow up as a kid having all these devices in their bedroom. how are they supposed to sleep and to process information and to, because it's like this information overload. Or I can't even imagine, like I am an adult and I can't handle it. So how is a kid supposed to handle it? I don't know. So yeah, that's a no for me. Far away from the bedroom, and definitely not the first thing in the morning, and also not the last thing before I go to bed. So yeah, maybe that's one that could help you as well. Just see how it goes. It's probably going to be weird in the beginning because you are used to it, like the comfort zone, that is it's comforting, like, oh yes, and then switch off your brain, right? Because that's what happens. It's just like, oh, you're just scrolling, like blah blah blah, and not contemplating about the world or about important stuff, because we're also overwhelmed as it is. But then, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. I have this safety switch in my head, so my body doesn't allow me to do that anyway, because I literally, it hurts me, like physically, I get a headache, my vision gets all blurry. So I have this safety switch inside of me, so I am very, again, like I'm good with like, oh yeah, get it away from me. But other people don't have that. So that could be like a very easy step to get started. So yeah, let me know if that's something you consider or not, or if you did try it, let me know how it worked out for you. What else? So, oh yeah, the again, like when I open an app, it is always content, or not always. Like I also get into this. Oh, what can I do with my 5 minutes off? And then what do you do? First thing, you grab into your pocket and get your phone out. And I used to do that, and I noticed it by observing other people. So I'm that weird person sitting at a cafe without anyone, just by herself, and without a book, without a phone, without music, nothing, just sitting there enjoying my alone time and just the present moment. And I love to observe what's going on. I love it. But unfortunately, sometimes it's very, very sad what I see. And I noticed so many, like almost everyone. There was one other person reading newspaper, and everyone else was on their phone. And I was like, okay, wow, that's crazy. Other persons who were with someone, like, and not even on a date, just like with a companion. And as soon as that person just got up, let's say, go to the bathroom, what do people do? Get their phones out. And I was like, okay, what is so important right now? Like, what's so important that it cannot wait? That, and again, then I'm like, what? And then, the TikTok starts, and I'm like, why do you feel the need? Like, it's so interesting because I personally don't feel the need at all. And again, then it's hard for me to understand because I always want to understand why do people do that? Like, talk me through it, or even better, like, that's why I love traveling. I love to see how other people live through their lens. Like, take me into your life, show me how you live. I love it. So yeah, always I'm the person that needs to understand, like, yeah, but why do you do that? And what does it feel for you? And, it can get annoying for other people, but yeah, I'm so curious and like, interesting, okay. And I noticed that, and I was like asking myself. So I reflected that back to me. I'm like, shit, am I doing that too? Because we always spot that on other people first. That's always like it. Like these kind of things we always see on other people, but not really on ourselves. So I was like, okay, am I doing it? So I was really trying to be conscious about it. And it turns out that I did do it. I was not as much as maybe other people, but still I did it. So that was my personal challenge where I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna be conscious about it. So when I get my phone out, then I have a mission. So I'm either calling someone or checking my email. So, if it is that time of the day, if I'm getting this important email I've been waiting for, let's go. Cool. But if it's not, if it's literally this just stupid scrolling around, why? And how I stopped doing it is actually pretty simple, because once you have to be conscious, like you have to be aware. And that's what I mean. If you are still in the process, you are not aware because your brain is literally switched off. But if you do, activate your brain again, it's literally like, okay, what am I doing? But it is work. So it's not this easy, like comforting autopilot thing. So it's an active choice to not open this app and put your phone back. And then it's the maybe a little uncomfortable feeling of not having anything to do, not being distracted by music or looking busy or I don't know, whatever, right? So, yeah, it's interesting, but it's a good one. I love it. Again, I love my me time and I'm very much used to it. So, for me, this is very comfortable. Um, so, yeah, that's definitely a good one too. Be conscious about, this the pocket and then the phone grab. It's like, okay, is it really important right now or not? And if it's not, don't open anything, don't open the app, stop yourself and put the phone back. And that's what I did. And I've been doing that for a year or so where I was really conscious about it. And now I'm not even getting to that point where I put my hand in my pocket. It's literally, I stopped before. So, yeah, you can definitely train yourself. It's like a muscle you train at some point. That becomes your norm, your normal routine. And then again, that's easy and autopilot. So, yeah, I can definitely recommend that too. Mm, okay, let me see what else. Oh, yes. If you want, that's a good challenge. That's a very good challenge to see where you are at. If you can just go without your cell phone for maybe half an hour, and I mean really like just sit at a cafe, restaurant, somewhere publicly, like in a public space, sit there by yourself and just be with yourself, enjoy the present moment, enjoy a nice cup of coffee or a delicious lunch, whatever it is. And you will see, or I don't know, you tell me, but I usually like really get to enjoy and taste and smell my food and like really enjoy my coffee. That is for me a very little luxury, like a daily luxury. Actually, here it is a daily luxury because in Berlin it wasn't. Like at some point we had to save to get a coffee. Mm. But yeah, if we go, then it's this special. It's a special little thing. It's not just like, oh, coffee and here, the eyes go straight to the phone. It's like you can't even register. Your body doesn't even register what you're doing. And oh no, what a shame. No, I love like enjoyment of whatever it is. Like a glass of wine with a friend, this type of thing. Or again, just alone, sitting alone, enjoying a cup of tea, coffee, whatever you are into. Yeah, do that and then observe other people and you let me know what you see. But yeah, if you are surprised or not, and I don't know how it's going for you. But for me, it was definitely a good thing to do. And I'm a little bit not worried to go back, but it's like, oh, I wish I had a life where I could be less online, if that makes sense. So I love it. I really do love again Google Translate here in Vietnam. Oh my gosh, it's a life changer. Mm, but it's also cool not to have it and to really be open and to connect to other people, because if you're constantly on your phone you are already connected to your device, so it's very hard to approach you, to talk to you. You are so focused. Again, I don't, when I say you, I don't mean you personally, but just like, people out there, they are so focused. It's so hard to even make eye contact and to get to know people. That's what I noticed this time traveling. um, so I've been traveling the world for 15 years, and that changed immensely. And I gotta say, I preferred it back in the day where people were not so much on their phones and where you could actually, like, super easy connect to people and make new friends and yeah, and get to know the local life a little more. Um, but yeah, let's see. We're not done yet. Still traveling, and let's see what happens. But again, it's also a great tool, and that's it. Like, I guess we all have to just find our perfect balance, and there will be a time where I'm over consuming again, pretty sure. But I guess the most important thing is to be active, like to be present, and then you notice it, and then you can always say, okay, well, now it's time to step back a little, take a break, and then kind of, yeah, restart or find a better balance or whatever it is. So yeah, I hope. Oh, and one last thing on my list, I almost forgot. What also helps me, or again, I'm not really the type that forgets that. Like for me, I'm very, very aware of my time and how precious it is. It's the most precious. You can always make more money. You can never make more time. So time is the most precious thing there is and most valuable, at least to me. So I hate wasting it. So for me, it's not very difficult to leave, to quit social media. But what helps is to also track what's going on, because so many people come to me and say, "Oh, I wish I had so much time as you." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I have 24 hours a day. I'm pretty sure you also have 24 hours a day. So how do I have more time than you? That's wrong. I don't have more time than person X. I have exactly 24 hours just like everyone else on this planet. I'm just using my time more wisely. Again, because I am active, I'm aware. Like I am conscious about this. And most people, they are just scrolling away. They completely forget time and space. It's literally like they believe it's only been 5 minutes when in reality it's 25 minutes. So, yeah, that I actually see that often. And then people kind of, it's, I don't want to say it's their excuse, but it's like they do come and, I wish I had so much time to learn a new language. Oh, I wish I had time to take a holiday and start travel the world. Well, you are in charge of your time. Go do it. And exactly, let's say the language, whatever. So that is also a tool I love YouTube for. I always practice and learn languages with YouTube. I love it. It's awesome. And whenever I see people on the train, let's say in Berlin, so I learned knitting with YouTube. Just saying. So I'm also at the same time, simultaneously, I was also practicing Spanish. So I was like, okay, I'm have like 10 hours for work, and then I have maybe 6 more hours. How do I want to spend these 6 hours? Do I want to go and see my grandma? Do I want to go hang out with my friends? Do I want to educate myself a little more about how to build your shop on whatever Amazon? Do I want to get into that? Do I want a little more SEO optimization going on? Do I want to learn to knit? Do I want to learn or practice Spanish and English? So making this conscious decision really helped me to kind of, stay in track and also, yeah, get stuff done. And what I always say to people who come and want to learn, let's just say, hey, I want to learn a language. I want to learn, I don't know, whatever, Spanish. Cool. What's holding you back? And then I have no time, and this and that. And yesterday was Monday and it rained. Ah, okay. But what's really holding you back? And so basically they have no time. And I say, okay, open Instagram for me and look at your screen time Instagram. Do the same for TikTok and YouTube and whatnot. So, how about instead of 8 hours on your phone, how about you only hang out 2 hours a day on your phone, all together, combined, the entire day? And then the 6 hours, you kind of just freed yourself. How about you use that to learn a new skill? For instance, learning a new language and practicing it. You can do that. If that is too much, if that's because people really also tend to have issues focusing for a long period of time. So it's so important to train that, because if not, you will end up with the brain capacity of a goldfish. And that doesn't make life easier. So yeah, always be aware. What do you want to achieve? What's your goal? What's your dream? Then look at, okay, how much time do I have a day? How much, whatever you work, you need to make money. I get that. And if you have to work 12 hours a day, then that's what it is. But what do you do the rest of the day? And then many people commute. So that takes at least 2 or 4 hours, return. How about instead of listening and tuning out on a podcast, how about you listen to a podcast in the language you want to learn? How about you listen, So in this way, you can combine both. You can kind of calm down and don't do much, just listen. But then I always try to find a topic that interests me, and then I listen to podcasts in Spanish, just for the practice, or English. Or again, I wanted to learn to knit. Cool. Every time I commuted, which was almost every day, back and forth, so 2 hours a day, I got my knitting stuff and I just practice, because it was dead time anyway. I'm not going to sit in an overloaded train in Berlin and do my emails or do a Google Meet call. No, of course not. So, what can I do? Hey, how can I spend this time efficiently? Well, I can knit or I can read, or what I also love to do is I love writing my articles. So, usually in my downtime, always had a notepad with me. I just write my article. And whatever, you can go crazy, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, you can also just fall asleep. That's also cool. I'm just saying, you have to be aware of what you want, and then you set a tracker, like really set a tracker of like how much time am I actually, not the felt, what does it feel like? Oh, I feel like I'm only like half an hour on YouTube. Okay, now let's look at the real number, and then cut that down, or whatever, or don't. But then do not complain that you don't have time, because everyone has the same amount of time on this planet. It's just that people use it differently. So yeah, I welcome you to try that. All right, cool. So that was digital detox and how uh, I guess like to use my phone and not like to use it, and how I stop myself from going a little bit too crazy. Um, yeah, I really hope it helps. Maybe it sparks a little motivation to try it for yourself. Sorry, I'm like sweating away here. Oh, it's, I don't know, 100 Fahrenheit or so, 30 degrees, 32. We have 90% humidity. I'm melting away. So I will see you in the next one. Thanks for joining. If you like this, like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Thanks for staying until the end. Bye.